Joe Judge fired yesterday. This is interesting to me. Our media wants people fired when our media wants people fired. I read a couple guys say, well, it's a day too late. Why is it a day too late? Maybe the owner had a bar mitzvah. Maybe the owner had a lunch. Maybe the owner and the general manager, they don't have a general manager, but maybe the people in charge had something scheduled. Why is it a day too late? And what difference does it make? What difference does it make when you fire a guy? Can somebody please tell me? What difference? They evaluate. In fact, I respect more people that take their time. I respect more people that say, hey, wait a second. Hold on here. Let's have a look. Let's make sure we're doing the right thing. Let's make damn sure that when we fire this guy, we have our ducks in a row. So Joe Judge, listen to this. He's the third straight coach of the New York Football Giants to be fired after 2 seasons. That's unbelievable to me. If I'm Joe Judge, I got to tell you, I don't take that personal. Ben McAdoo, Pat Shurmur, I don't take it personal because that is an insanely bad run, poorly run organization. And the truth of the matter is, they had a chance not to be. They had a chance to draft a quarterback. They got Daniel Jones. It's not like some of these other teams that didn't have a chance to draft a quarterback. They had a chance. They drafted Daniel Jones after Eli Manning. It's amazing what happens when you move on from great quarterbacks. So many of you can't wait to move on. Can't wait to move on from a really good quarterback. You can't. Man, here in Indy, you knew you were getting Andrew Luck, so you got rid of Peyton Manning. All Peyton Manning did after a couple neck surgeries was go to 2 Super Bowls and win 1. I know what you're going to say. Yeah, but he wasn't the reason they won. Yeah, he was. I'll tell you why Peyton Manning was the reason. Because when Peyton Manning walks into the building, everybody sits up straight. Everybody, from the scouts to the vice president to the president, Elway, everybody sits up straight and does their job better. It's what Tom Brady did in Tampa. When the Colts were looking for a quarterback last year, 2 years ago, and they ended up with Phillip Rivers, which was fine, I said the only guy, if you really want to keep winning, is get Tom Brady. Why? Tom Brady makes everybody stand up straight. Tom Brady makes everybody in the organization in Tampa do their job better. They do. Guys like that do. Phillip Rivers not bad. Phillip Rivers respected, but he ain't Tom Brady. Peyton Manning did the same damn thing in Denver. Daniel Jones had that chance. The Giants had that chance. He's just not good enough. He just not where it's at. So at the end of the day, Joe Judge gets fired. Now, Joe Judge brought a little on himself. I mean, the sneak 3rd and 9 or whatever it was, all the talk. I mean, look, I told you 2 days ago, all that talking Joe Judge did last week, I told you that's just an attempt to save his job. That's just an attempt to seem like they had an operation that was moving forward. Well, they weren't. They knew it, and they got rid of it. But I'm telling you, if I were a New York Giant fan, you can criticize Joe Judge all you want. You can criticize Ben McAdoo all you want. You can criticize Pat Shurmur all you want. But what's the common thread? All these clowns in the front office. Now, Gettleman's gone, so we'll see. But how about you just go get a football guy? Just go get a football guy to run the operation. My God. Ryan Grigson should be the guy. I'm telling you, I'm going to keep promoting this because he'll win for you. And I don't give a shit what anybody says. The only thing you want to do in the NFL is win. You're not trying to develop character. Look, you got to do stuff in the community anyway. It's not like you're not going to do it. All the social justice stuff is wonderful, but you got to win. The NFL is 17, 18 weekends, 17 games over 18 weekends, 1 game a week. College basketball, you could lose yesterday on a Tuesday and win on Saturday, and everybody's happy. The NFL and college football, man, you got to win, period. And all this other stuff don't mean nothing. I'll get into that and what I mean by that in a minute here. That's exactly right, Nick Chaplin. It's exactly right. Joe Judge was trying to save his job by double talk. I did it at Bowling Green. Shoot, when I knew that, hey, because of injury, I'll coach the shit out of something. I'll go down swinging on that one. But I had football players. I had 3 of my best players gone 5 years out of 10. 2 of my best players gone 7 years out of 10. When I knew the end was near, man, all of a sudden I was talking. I was showing letters from former players. You try to save your job. And I'm so glad they ended up letting me go, or my contract ran out, depending how you want to spin it, because here I am, and this has been a great, much better life. But damn, the Giants are horse shit. Let's be honest. I mean, they're terrible. And it ain't the coach. It's the organization. Nothing better than post-championship hangover. There's nothing better. When we won the national championship in '87, I ended up getting cuffed and thrown in the back seat of a New Orleans police car getting ready to be heading downtown, which would not have been good for me. Cuffed. Post-championship celebration. Thankfully, a federal judge was with my brother. They saw me and they got me out of it, or I don't know how my life would have turned out. Stetson Bennett showed up on Good Morning America, and I applaud Stetson Bennett. Did he look hungover or what? Why not? Hey, I don't give a damn what all you phony-ass Puritan-type people think. You win a championship, you put that much into it, don't break any laws, and have yourself a great freaking time. In fact, the next morning, after the national championship, Coach Knight and the team bus left me and Murray Bartow. It's a long story. I'll tell it sometime on the show. But when you win a championship, whoo, baby, let's rock and roll. And Stetson Bennett looked like 10 miles of bad road. I'll never forget Urban Meyer's first championship. I called him to congratulate him. He's like, hey, dude, thanks. I go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm doing a show. I go, you want to come on my show? He goes, yeah, here. So right after the championship, he came on my show. Now, Urban doesn't really drink, but he was up late. You got to be up late. Salute, Stetson Bennett. I hope the party continues, man. I hope the party does not stop with Stetson Bennett. It's a great freaking story. Paul Tyson, you know who that is? It's the great-great-grandson of Bear Bryant. Paul Tyson is a backup quarterback at Alabama. He just put his name in the transfer portal. I just thought that was funny. I got my Bear Bryant hat. All of a sudden, Paul Tyson, great-great-grandson of Bear Bryant, shows up in the transfer portal from Alabama. I like it. I like it a lot. Fauci, our guy Fauci shows up in front of a committee, and he ends up on a hot mic calling a senator, Roger Marshall, who, by the way, is a doctor. He's a Republican senator out of Kansas, a moron. Look, I feel bad in certain ways for Fauci. I feel bad in certain ways for us. Why is it so effing difficult for people just to tell us the truth? Why is it so difficult for anybody to say, hey, this virus was started in a lab in Wuhan, China? Why is that difficult? It seems like everybody knows. It seems like there isn't anybody in this country, but it seems like because you say it's from China, that's racist. That's asinine. That's just stupid. Why do we have to lie about these things? Fauci's making $400,000 a year. They want to know what his finances are. Seems reasonable to me, because if you're in his position, you have a chance. And oh, by the way, you wouldn't be the first Politico that used his position of influence to make a shit ton of money. How's Obama living in that house, by the way, after a life of public service? Please, don't at me, people. Yeah, I know, big advance on a book. Right, fine, whatever you say. But the truth of the matter is, we're so tired, aren't we? Aren't we a little tired of all this political bullshit? Why can't somebody just come out and say, look, I don't give a damn if some freak on the left or some freak on the right's going to call me a racist. Here's where the damn virus started. I don't give a damn if some freak on the left or some freak on the right wants to know. I'll tell you if I'm in a position to tell you. Look, I always believe there's a backstory. I don't believe a damn thing that any politician says. I don't believe a damn thing that Fauci says anymore because, frankly, you can show emails, you can show old tweets, texts, whatever, where everybody in this whole thing is full of shit. And I got to ask why. Why do we put up with it? Tell me why. Fauci calls a sitting senator a moron. I got no problem with that. I'm sitting under the hot lights. I got all these people coming at me. I'm trying to bullshit my way through this for the 100th time. And I turn and I say, oh, that guy's a moron. I would too. I don't give a shit about that. What I give a damn about is it possible to actually tell the truth? Where'd the virus come from? Came from a lab in Wuhan. How's that racist? Explain. And who cares if some jackass on the left or some jackass on the right says it is? I don't care. This is where it came from. As a public servant, you have the obligation to disclose your finances. You know that going in. So disclose. Trump, tax return, sure he should have. I mean, if you are in the business and you know the rules, then just simply do it, unless you're hiding something. And they're all hiding something. Like, I don't give a shit about whether Fauci tells me I can have somebody over my house or not. I'm not listening to that. I'm not. But I tell you what I want. I want to be able to look at the guy running this thing, and I want to be looking at the people on the committee and know that all these people aren't just full of shit, lying, backstabbing, posing MFers. That's what I want to know. And I don't look at some senator. We always say this, well, it's a sitting senator. Shut up. There's a great email, and it was years ago, about all the crimes that these clowns have committed. You know, when you see a guy run for election, well, I'm one of you. They always go like this. I'm one of you. All of a sudden, we can't call a sitting senator. The guy who should have been fired was Adrian Wojnarowski, if we're going to get all excited about that, when he told the one dude to F off. But that was just more of how the NBA media is totally in pocket with the NBA. That wasn't anything other than that. But the truth of the matter is, I look at Fauci and I say to myself, just simply tell the truth. The truth doesn't change, all right? You don't go from here to here, back to here to there. What you're telling us, certainly the facts may change, but the truth doesn't change. And if the argument is, what are you making off of this? If you're not making anything off of this, if you're doing what you signed up to do as a civil servant, then it should not be an issue at all to disclose your finances. You shouldn't even have to be asked. You should just understand, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is how I'm supposed to do it. That's it. Period. It ain't that hard. Because all these guys stand up and at one point or 10 points in their life, they all say, I'm here to serve. Well, part of serving is playing by the rules of servitude. And they lay it out for you. Disclose your finances. You making money? That wouldn't be right. That would be a conflict of interest. It's not that difficult. I think, as you all know, I'm not the smartest dude here. But I do have some common sense. And I will tell you, just tell the effing truth. Be an honest human being. I'm not saying be a perfect human being, but be an honest human being. Drives me batshit crazy. Every time one of these guys gets up and they start doing the Bill Clinton, why the hell do you think people voted for Trump? Why the hell do you think all this bullshit had to come into the last election? Why the hell do you think all of a sudden now, liberals are starting to say, wait a second, you can actually come into the hospital with something else and have COVID, not in the hospital because of COVID. Why do you think CNN is all of a sudden saying, well, you know, obesity does enhance your chances of COVID. No shit, Sherlock. Why do you think all that's happening? Because the truth is starting to come out. And people that have been lying, whether they're conservative or whether they're liberal, are starting to get exposed. And it's going to affect their power. It's going to affect where they at in the midterm elections. Son of a bitch, don't we as American people just simply deserve truth? Hey, I don't want to know everything that's going on in wars. I don't want to know every attack that Homeland Security thwarts. I don't need to know that. That would have me off my rocker. But when it comes to public health, how about we just tell the truth? Period. And if you signed up to be a civil servant, how about you just disclose what it is you're supposed to disclose? And play by the rules of being a civil servant. And if you want to call a senator a moron, I could give a shit. If the senator wants to call you a moron, I don't care either. Because that's the way I talk in real life. See, the last thing, and I got to get this off my chest. You all think it's impossible to rig an election. Welcome to Northwest Indiana. I'll never forget when a friend of my dad's came to our house and tried to sign up the empty lot next to ours. And my dad's like, yo, Roland. Baby. They own it, not us. So my dad's buddy had a Cuddy Sark, and then went next door. This a good friend of mine still in hiding in Greece. Not in hiding. He's living in Greece because he got convicted of election rigging in East Chicago. Don't even try to tell me these things aren't rigged. Don't even try. You're talking to the wrong person. You're absolutely talking to the wrong person. All this crap. How about we just elect honest people? And how about we not afraid? How about both sides of the craziness decide, look, we're just going to ask you, what the hell are you doing with your money? You making any money off this that you shouldn't be making? And if you are, tell us. If you're not, fine. If you lie, get your ass in jail.